because everybody needs every dollar they can get out of Social Security, and learning lessons the hard way, honestly, well, nobody wants to do that in the first place. I think we can all recognize that, right? So anyway, let me explain this, and again, I'm going to point this out really quickly. This does apply to a lot of beneficiaries, but at the same time, it does not apply to everybody. I want to make that very clear. It is not everybody that this information applies to, but I'll make it very specific as far as who it does, and again, I'll explain all those details for you. Now, super fast, as always, again, if you're turning 65 or retiring, if you're on Medicare, have a special enrollment period, if you need to enroll in Medicare with your initial enrollment, make sure to contact Chapter Medicare here for free one-on-one personalized Medicare help with a trusted advisor. They're amazing. They've already helped thousands of you in this community. They're helping those of you in this community every day, and over the last year and a half or so, you've saved about $3 million, which is absolutely amazing. Write the phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot, 844-731-4987. You're going to be very happy that you did, and they will do all the work for you. You just need to answer a couple simple questions, and they'll do the rest for you. And again, that's going to be very helpful for you between now and the end of the year. You're going to be happy that you have access to that number to get that free guidance when you're looking at your Medicare and everything like that. You're going to be very happy you have that information. All right, anyway. Let's pop this article up here now. This is an article. Feel free to read through the details on this. There's a lot of information in this article. I want to be fair with you. It maybe will be a little bit confusing, but let me explain exactly what this is. All right. Simply put, this comes down to the earnings test, okay? Now, it's not actually a test. It's not like a pop quiz. You don't need to answer questions for the most part, but it is something you certainly need to pay attention to. Now, this applies to those individuals that are between the ages of 62 and their full retirement age. Let's just call it 67. Okay, so there's about a 5-year window of age in which that this applies to. Again, between ages of 62, as early as you can claim your retirement benefit, all the way out until the age of 67, which is full retirement age for anybody born in 1960 or after. That's your full retirement age, 67. Okay, but here's what it is. If you have an income, whether it's an earned income from a W-2 job or, you're self-employed, doesn't really matter. Income is income coming to you aside from your Social Security benefit. You can work, you can have some income, but if you are claiming your retirement benefit prior to your full retirement age, you have some restrictions. Now, this is one of those that a lot of people don't realize is in place, because you might be thinking, hey, I'm 62. This is awesome. I can claim my Social Security. I'm going to claim my benefit, and I'm just going to keep working full time. You may want to think about that again here for just a second, because here's what I'm going to share with you. You have this earnings test, okay? So you can still work, but they have this monthly income rule, which they call the earnings test, which is $2,040 per month on average, which comes out to $24,480 for the entire year of income that you can have in conjunction with receiving your Social Security benefit without any garnishment, okay? Now, that's the key, without any garnishment up to those thresholds. But let me explain the further details around this. Let's just say that you're out there and you're thinking, I'm going to claim my benefit prior to my full retirement age. Awesome. That's fine. You can do that. No problem whatsoever. Do what you got to do for yourself. Okay. I'm not here to tell you when you should claim. That's for you to decide. It's different for everybody. But let's just say that you're also working or have an income of some kind, again, an earned income, and you think, that's awesome, but I'm going to earn more than that. I don't want to adhere to this $24,480 for the entire year or $2,040 monthly rule. Forget about it. I want to earn as much as I can. You can, but again, please be aware. Here's what it comes down to. You can earn up to the threshold, $2,040 of earned income per month is what that comes out to. Again, $24,480 for the entire year. But if you earn over that threshold, then guess what happens? You will see a garnishment to your benefit. How much? $1 for every $2 that you earn over the limit. So an example would be, let's just say that you earn $2,000 over the limit. Your benefits would be garnished by $1,000. So yes, that is what would happen there, and you would not get your full benefit during that time frame, okay? So please be very, very aware of this. Now, you also might be wondering, but wait, that doesn't seem fair. Are my benefits going to be reduced forever then? No, not reduced forever, but rather they would be reduced for that time frame in which you earned over that threshold of income for that respective time frame, okay? But Is that money gone forever? It's actually not gone forever. At some point in the future, when you achieve your full retirement age, they will pay that money back to you, okay? Will you get it in one big lump sum payment? No. They'll actually recalculate your retirement benefit, and they will slowly pay that money back to you over an extended period of time. So that's how that would work, okay? So the money's not gone forever, technically. You will get it back at some point in the future once you've achieved your full retirement age. But for some people, they may be claiming their benefit right away at, say, 62 or 63. You could be waiting 4 or 5 years to get some of that money to start flowing back to you, okay? And again, if somebody's working and earning more money over the threshold than they allow, I would guess that they're earning that money because they need the money now, not in 4 or 5, beyond years that they need to wait for that money to come back, okay? So again, this is something that a lot of people don't realize, that these earnings tests are in place, okay? Now, in general, they look at the entire year, $24,480 of total income for the entire year, okay? But let's just say this now. In this article, it also explains this, and I want to explain this for you because this can also be a very confusing part, because there may be a bunch of people out there saying, but wait, I was working, say the first half of 2026, and I decided to retire and claim my Social Security, or maybe partially retire, I should say. Partially retire, reduce my income as far as my hours worked, or my salary, whatever it happens to be, and I'm going to claim my Social Security at the same time. But when I was working, let's just say that I earned 50 grand in the first half of the year. Again, I'm just making up numbers here for example purposes. Maybe the first half of the year you earned $50,000 or whatever the income happened to be. And then the second half of 2026, you went down to partial hours or partial time that you're working, very part-time, and you claimed your Social Security. Now what happens? Does that mean that you've exceeded the earnings threshold the entire time and your benefit's going to be reduced? No. There's this, as they talk about here in this article as well, the special earnings test, which will essentially look at it on a month-by-month basis every month after you've retired and that you started claiming your benefit. So if you earn over the threshold, then it would just be reduced for that respective amount of time. Does that kind of make sense? So they're not going to penalize you for the entire year saying, look, you earned all this income for the entire year because you were working the first half of the year, and now we're going to penalize you by basically garnishing your entire benefit for the rest of the year. No, it would be on a month-by-month basis, and if you earned over that threshold, well, then you would be penalized for that time frame in which you've earned over the threshold. Does it kind of make sense, right? Which, by the way, this threshold changes every single year. It usually goes up by maybe a couple $1,000s of earnings for the entire year. So for example, right now as I film this video in 2026, again, I've said it a few times, but I'll say it again really quickly. The threshold right now is $24,480 for the entire year of income that you could have aside from your Social Security without any garnishment to your monthly benefit. Okay, but that's the threshold